Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. In this video, we're going to cover the earnings of three big, important, famous companies that everybody loves. Microsoft reports today after the bell. Facebook, Meta reports. And Robinhood, my favorite company of all time. It's an exciting week of earnings. Oh my God. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to remind you, I am on a hotel internet right now. The video may cut out. The volume may cut out. Things may crash. If it does, I apologize. Bear with me. Sue me. That's just the nature of the beast. So let's go ahead and check out the stunk market today, because I know these earnings aren't going to necessarily drop exactly at this time. So it looks like the market was down overall at the end of the day. I think something Jerome Powell probably said. I'm going to research it and cover it in another video. But the market sold off. S&P 500 was down like half a percentage point. Now let's go check out Meta. Okay, so Meta was down half a percentage today, and it's up 0.08% in the aftermarket. So I guess the earnings haven't quite hit yet. Let's go check out Microsoft was actually up a little bit today. Wow. And it's up a little bit in the after hours too. And then last but not least, we have the Hood stock, the grift stock. Of course, God damn. There is no better indicator that we are in a euphoric, highly volatile clown bubble than Robinhood trading at $106. So Robinhood was up 2.67% today, probably retail buying in for an earnings trade, and it's up half a percentage point in the aftermarket. So the earnings should be dropping pretty shortly. Now, I guess, let's make sure we're sharing. We are. Before we get into the earnings reports, let's see who's actually reporting today. So it's Wednesday, 30 July, 2025. We've got Microsoft, the largest company, reporting 3.8 billion or trillion market cap. Meta with a 1.6 trillion market cap. HSBC, Qualcomm, ARM. I remember ARM when ARM IPO'd. Oh my God. Banco Santander. I'm sure that's a popular one. Let's see. ADP's reporting. That's payroll company. Payroll processing, bro. We got Altria reporting. That's tobacco. We got Robinhood Markets, which are covering today. Let's see if there's any other popular stuff. Carvana. Oh, maybe I'll have to cover that in a separate video. Carvana, the absolute clown show. So Carvana was about to go freaking bankrupt, and everybody was laughing at it, including me. And of course, in the past year, the stock is up 161%. I mean, look at that recovery. Oh my God. I guess they're making a comeback. I guess the used car market is absolutely cooking, baby. All right, let's go back and check out Meta. Okay, really no movement. So let's go ahead and go to the websites and see if they've actually updated their financials, because they have their earnings calls, but usually they drop their financials a little bit before. But we got to wait till they actually freaking drop them. So, all right, let me click on quarterly earnings here again. All right, that's Q1 2025. That was the last report. Let's see if it freaking loads. The thing I hate about this laptop is there's only 2 USB ports. So for my camera and my microphone, that's the 2 ports. So I don't have a freaking mouse. It's wonderful. I can't wait to get back home. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything yet for freaking Meta, my Jetta. Wonderful. Let's go check out Robinhood, see if they dropped their earnings yet. Refreshing. Come on, Robin stock. Let's go back again. Quarterly results. Should be Q2, but there's literally nothing on there yet. Wouldn't that be funny if I had the wrong day and I just kept refreshing the reports and they didn't drop? Oops. Okay, so nothing there yet. Let's go check out and see if we can get a Microsoft. If you ever want to find these, just type in whatever company you want and then type in investor relations, and it should pop up. All right, let's see. Microsoft FY25 Q4 earnings. I think they dropped. Now, I love how Microsoft does not have a normal fiscal year. Can we abolish that? I don't like non-fiscal year. I get confused. Okay. This should be Q2, Microsoft. This should not be Q4. Anyway, let's look at Microsoft. Let's zoom in here. They just dropped it. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's see. Revenue was $76.4 billion and increased 18%. My God. I think this is the largest company in the world by market cap now. 18% revenue growth. 18%. God, it's like these companies just grow. Basically, these companies are going to be like $50 trillion companies in 5 years. Operating income was $34 billion and increased 23%. Net income was $27.2 billion and increased 24%. Diluted earnings per share was $3.65 and increased 24%. God, this is freaking nuts. This is nuts, I tell you. Is this even have they been audited? Is this true? Cloud and AI, of course. And Microsoft, great business. Okay, obviously I use software. I love Microsoft Excel. And of course, they're in a bunch of other different areas too. This is a fantastic company. And I don't see any huge risks to Microsoft being usurped by any other company. So cloud and AI is driving business transformation. We're innovating across the tech stack to help customers adapt. Azure surpassed $75 billion in revenue, up 34%, driven by growth across workloads. God, it's freaking nuts. All right, let's look at the business highlights here. Revenue in productivity and business processes was $33.1 billion and increased 16%. Microsoft 365 commercial products and cloud services revenue increased 16%. And I actually helped that. I actually had to pay finally for Microsoft for my entire freaking life. I've never had to pay for Microsoft. I finally paid for it because I freaking need it. I need PowerPoint. I need Excel. I need Word. I use everything Microsoft, obviously, especially as Excel. Okay, Microsoft should be rewarded for the beautiful product known as Excel. It is the backbone of the modern financial system. God, driven by Microsoft 365, commercial cloud revenue growth of 18%. It's incredible. Microsoft 365 consumer products and cloud services revenue increased 21%. LinkedIn revenue LinkedIn. If you unironically post on LinkedIn, you are a loser. You are a loser. LinkedIn is like a corporate humiliation ritual. You go on there, oh, let me tell you this insightful thing I knew. Oh, I want to get so many hits, and people are going to think I'm such a great leader. Losers. LinkedIn only increased 9%. God. I wish it would decline 90%. Dynamics products and cloud services revenue increased 18%. Revenue in intelligent cloud was $29.9 billion and increased 26%. Everything's growing massively except for LinkedIn. Server products and cloud services revenue increased 27%, driven by Azure and other cloud service revenue growth of 39%. Revenue in more personal computing was $13.5 billion and increased 9%. Okay. Oh, here's Xbox. Xbox content and services revenue increased 13%. Wow. Gaming, bro. I used to play Xbox. Now I just use PC. But that's still pretty impressive growth for freaking Xbox. Search and news advertising revenue, excluding traffic acquisition costs, increased 21%. Microsoft returned $9.4 billion to shareholders in the form of dividends and share repurchases in the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025. Man, oh man, oh man. What's the stock doing? All right. Oh, Meta's up 8%. Shocker. Let's see Microsoft. I guess their earnings were released. Microsoft's up 6% after hours. This is why I'm glad I don't buy things like SCHD. I'm glad I have a total market index, which includes all of these companies that we're looking at. Even though I hate Hood. Hate it. So Microsoft, of course, had good earnings. Let's see. Okay, so we saw their... Okay. So they're covering the fiscal year. So that's a 6-month report. So whatever. Business outlook. Microsoft will provide forward-looking guidance in connection with this quarterly on its earnings conference call. Okay, we're not going to watch the freaking conference call. So that was pretty good freaking earnings. I mean, like, God, it's just the insane freaking revenue growth for such a large, dominant company. These companies are unstoppable, man. And, I mean, think about their market. Their market's the entire world. Think about the rest of the world that's developing. When the world develops even more, hopefully it does, who's going to be buying? What products are they going to be buying? Probably Microsoft. Wow. Okay, here's all these freaking statistics here. Let's see if they have the financial statements. Okay. Okay, 2025 product revenue was $17 billion, and they only had $3.3 billion of costs for products. Service revenue was $59 billion, and it cost $20 billion. So what are their margins on products? Let's see here. Let's do some math here. I know this is probably boring to you freaking clowns. I just want to hear how rich I'm going to get in 5 seconds. Okay, product revenue has 80.6% gross margins, 80.7%. Service revenue has a gross margin of 65%. It's just incredible gross margins. All right, let's look at research and development. So they spent about $800 million more on R&D compared to the prior year. They spent about $400 million more on marketing, and they cut general and admin costs. Okay, for total operating income growth from $27.9 billion to $34.3 billion in a year. That's freaking. I mean, look at that EPS growth from 366 from 296. And of course, they have the stock buybacks. I mean, they're barely budging on stock buybacks. You can see it was, I guess this is in millions, 7.4 million, 7.433 billion to 7.432 billion. So they're slowly buying back shares. Slowly. All right. Let's see the balance sheets. They only have 94 billion of cash and short-term investments, guys. 94 billion in cash and short-term investments. Accounts receivable of 69 billion. Lower inventories. God, man, this is a fortress. Look at property and equipment. Oh my God, they are piling money into property, plant, and equipment. So their PP&E, property, plant, and equipment, grew from 135 billion last year to 204 billion. They are plowing. That's almost 50% growth in property, plant, and equipment. That's the capital expenditures for AI. Equity investments, goodwill. I guess they had a tiny acquisition. I mean, not surprising. Let's look at their debt. Their debt. Short-term debt completely paid off. Let's see. Short-term unearned revenue, 64 billion. Just waiting to be recognized. So if you collect cash, but you don't earn the revenue, like let's say somebody pays you up front for a year of software, you can't record all the revenue in that first month. You got to spread it over the 12 months. So that's short-term unearned revenue. I mean, that's grown. So you see that they're increasing revenue, obviously. Long-term debt went down by about 2 billion. Long-term income taxes went down a little bit. I wonder if that was because of the tax law. Maybe. All right, let's look at the statement of cash flows. Man, they are printing. God, look at the retained earnings. Just in 1 year, it went from 173 billion. This is their accumulated profit to 237 billion. I mean, they are just packing on profits now. All right, look at that increase in depreciation, man. That's capital expenditures for you. That's all AI, et cetera, et cetera. All right, they had some adjustments to deferred income taxes. That's probably because of the tax law, I would imagine. Let's see what else stands out on here. So as they said, they spent 4.5 billion buying back common stock, but then they issued $500 million. So roughly they spent on net $4 billion buying back stock, and they spent $6.1 billion on dividends. Okay. Interesting. Great freaking earnings. Let's see the stock again. I mean, it's just incredible. Look at that. Up 6.48%. Is this all-time highs? Yeah, this is all-time freaking highs. All right, so that's Robin. That's excuse me. Look, I apologize. I didn't mean to compare Microsoft to Robinhood. All right, the Meta's up 10%. Let's check the stream, make sure we're good. All right, stream's good. Let's get back to Meta. Meta by Jenna. So Meta's up 10%, and it's now trading at $766. Is this all-time highs? I don't think so. Looks like the all-time high was... No, is this all-time highs? Wow. Yeah, I think Meta's at all-time highs. Okay. I guess the earnings were good. Let's see. Are we going to get the frickin' earnings? Come on. Where's the frickin' earnings? Let's go back to the home. Okay. All right. So here's the earnings call. Press release. Here we go. Here we go, buddy boyos. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, zoom out a little bit. Okay, so they reported their growth. Here's what Zuckercuck said. We have a strong quarter both in terms of our business and community. I'm excited to build personal super intelligence for everyone in the world. Yes, I can't wait to generate more thumbnails using Meta. All right, so revenue year over year grew 22%. And cost of revenue only grew 12%. So revenue is exploding 22%. For one of the largest companies in the world. Income from operations grew 38% for $20.4 billion. That's an operating margin of 43%. That's before interest and taxes. Good God. Net income, this is bottom line profit, up 36% for diluted earnings per share of 7.14. Of course, some clowns freaking commenting. Kid Freshie, my hero. All right, family daily active people. This is all their family of apps. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Daily active people was 3.48 billion, an increase of 6% year over year. Ad impressions increased by 11%, so they're throwing more freaking ads in your face. Average price per ad increased by 9%. So you got ad impression growth. You got average price per ad growth. Revenue increased by 22%. Let's see. Okay. Capital expenditures were $17 billion. Let's see that. Let's go see that growth in capital expenditure. I mean, they are dumping freaking money into AI infrastructure. So you go to the statement of cash flows on stock analysis, best place to look at it to compare the growth over time. And then you got capital expenditures here. Look at that growth in capital expenditures. So in the most recent quarter, they spent $12.9 billion. In this quarter, they spent $17 billion. So when they update this, you're going to see a line going down even freaking more. Good God. Please let Robinhood crash today. I doubt it, though. Okay. Share repurchases were $9.6 billion and total dividends were $1.3 billion. Wonderful. Let's see. Headcount employees was 75,000, an increase of 7. They're actually growing employees now. Okay. I guess they need more AI tech bros. We expect third quarter 2025 total revenue to be in the range of 47 to 50 billion. So what growth would that be? Okay, so they're saying 47 to 50 billion for the third quarter. So let's go look at the last quarter of the prior year. Q3 2024. Q3 2024, they posted 40 billion of revenue. They're guiding almost 25% growth in revenue for next year over year, next quarter, year over year. It's like, does this end? Does this ever freaking end? Okay. Blah, 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 blah. The largest single driver of growth will be infrastructure costs, driven by a sharp acceleration in depreciation expense growth and higher operating costs as we continue to scale up our infrastructure. Well, yeah. Whenever you buy AI infrastructure, you got to depreciate it, obviously. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. We currently expect 2025 capital expenditures to be in the range of $66 to $72 billion. $66 to $72 billion. So let's look at total capital expenditures for the full year for 2024. If it loads. Okay, so we go back to the statement of cash flows. That's where you find capital expenditures. So for 2024, they spent $37 billion in capital expenditures. Now they're saying 66 to 72. That's crazy. Man, I mean, if it pays off, it pays off. All right, let's see. What else do we have on here? Just buy large cap tech, bro. All right, let's see. This is their income statement. So we know they grew revenue. They grew revenue faster than the cost of revenue. R&D is up about 20%. They spent about $12.9 billion on R&D, and that's not even capitalized costs. Marketing and sales up a little bit. General and admin is flat. So, of course, they're prioritizing spending on research and development. Shocker. And their EPS has just absolutely exploded from $5.16 per share to $7.14 per share. We see stock weighted average shares used to compute earnings per share outstanding. Obviously, they're buying back stock. Let's see. Let's look at their balance sheet. Okay, so they have about $47 billion of cash and short-term investments, $16 billion in receivables, and total current assets of $73 billion. So that's quite the war chest. Look at this non-marketable equity investment. So they've been investing a lot of money in other companies. So as of December 31st, 2024, their non-marketable equity investments were $6 billion. Now it's almost $22 billion. They are plowing money into other companies. Property, plant, and equipment is up almost $26 billion. That's AI infrastructure mostly, which will eventually be expensed, and hopefully they make revenue from that to offset that. That's the goal. All right. Goodwill, no change. So looks like no acquisitions or write-downs. Let's see. Long-term debt has stayed stable. There's no growth in long-term debt. Some growth in long-term income taxes. Okay. Let's see. Interesting stuff. Fantastic earnings. I'm not surprised the stock is up 10 freaking percent. All right, let's see. Yeah, look at that growth in depreciation from 3.6 billion to 4.3 billion. Share-based compensation's up a little bit, but nothing crazy. Unrealized loss on marketable equity securities. Did their bonds they buy go down a little bit? All right, let's look at their... Yeah, I mean, obviously we know the freaking story. They're plowing a lot of money into capital assets. So, like we covered before, they spent $10 billion in... Is this for a quarter? So, in 3 months, they spent $10 billion buying back stock and spent $1.3 billion paying dividends. Wow. All right, let's see. Revenue advertising grew from $38 billion to $46 billion year over year for the quarter. Other revenue up a couple $100 million. Reality Labs. They're still cooking money in Reality Labs. So Reality Labs revenue grew by $17 million. And the family of apps posted income from operations of $24.9 billion, but Reality Labs lost $4.3 billion. I thought, I didn't know they were still freaking doing that. Like, what are they doing? That's what initially cooked the company back in the day. It's huge. They're still posting huge losses on that. Oh, God. Okay, so that's Meta's report. That's obviously a fantastic report. I can't really say anything bad about that. Is the stock still up 10%? Yeah, that's all-time highs for Meta. All right, so now let's cover Robinhood. I'm sure it's going to be a vertical line. Oh, wow, it's up 0.42%. I guess they had a lukewarm earnings. Let's go see if they actually posted the earnings. Let's see, gentlemen. All right, here we go. Press release, too. 2020. I mean, if there's this clown market going on, if there's this huge euphoria in stocks, Robinhood's not going to crash. All right, so revenues are up 45% year over year. That's people trading, people borrowing money. Net deposits were 13.8 billion, and Robinhood Gold reached a record 3.5 million. Diluted EPS up 100%. Okay, all profits from you clowns trading. Let's check the stream. Are we still good? We're still good. Okay. All right, we got Vlad Tanev making comments here. All right, let's see a disaggregated revenue. So transaction-based revenues, people trading, increased 65%, driven by options revenue up 46%, cryptocurrencies up 98%, and equities revenue up 65%. I'm actually shocked. I mean, options revenue has obviously grown, and it's still their largest source of revenue. Options revenue was 265 million. So that's still the primary source of transaction-based revenue. Crypto revenue was 160 million, and equities revenue was 66 million. But the cryptos and equities grew a lot faster. So people are trading cryptos like freaking crazy, followed by stocks, and then finally options revenue is the least increase. Net interest revenues, this is lending money to Khmer, increased 25%, driven by growth in interest-earning assets and securities lending activity. And then other revenues increased 33%, primarily due to increased Robinhood Gold subscribers. Net income increased 105%, diluted EPS up 100%, total operating expenses increased 12%. Let's see. Funded customers increased 2.3 million. 2.3 million more suckers put their money in Robinhood. I can't wait to completely close that account. Up 10%. Let's see. Total platform assets increased 99%, driven by continued net deposits, acquired assets, and higher equity and cryptocurrency valuations. But like I said, so there's this mania in freaking crypto and stocks and options, but that can reverse very quickly because once retail starts taking losses, they start to cash out of the market and they start taking money out. But so far that hasn't been a problem. Average revenue per user increased 34% to $151. They're making $151 a year per user. It's free trading, bro. Share repurchases were 124 million. Okay, so they bought back 3 million shares at an average price of $41. Okay, let's see. A powerful platform for active traders. Yeah, for morons. Accelerates global crypto. Yeah, let's bring crypto trading degeneracy to the rest of the world. Okay, let's see. Margin book. Margin book increased 90%. Equity notional trading volumes increased 112%. God. Okay. Let's go look at their financials. Okay, this is their balance sheet. I'm not really. Let's see. So they got 4.3 billion of cash and cash equivalents, and then they have an additional 4.7 billion of segregated cash equivalents. Let's see. Yeah, nothing super exciting on their balance sheet. Let's go look at their income statement. So look at this. Transaction revenues were 539 million versus net interest of 357 million. They grew their technology and development spending by 2%. Look at this. Provision for credit losses. This is like losses for money they've lent to people. That's up 56%. I mean, it's a small expense, but it's definitely clowns freaking losing money. And of course, they spent 55% more on marketing. That's probably like the matches, the advertising, all the stuff to suck you in. So they only spent $99 million. They spent 10% of their revenues on marketing to suck you in. And the goal is they want to lock you in, especially with the IRA match. You're kind of stuck there for 5 years, or they take it back. So they want to spend this money up front. They want to lock you in the account, and then they want you to churn your portfolio and generate $151 per user per year. So if you got an IRA match, what was the IRA match? I forgot what the match was. Is it like 2? Let's just say it's 2%. Okay, so if they give you I forgot what the match was, but if they give you a 2% match, that costs them $140. They'll make that back in a year. If the match is 1%, they make that money back in a quarter. Oh, I don't trade in Robinhood, bro. Yeah, I think you do. All right, let's look at statement of cash flows. Let's see. Okay, more income statement stuff. What's this? Oh, operating expenses as percentage of revenues. All right. Oh, this is ugly. Ugh. It's so big. I can't even zoom into this. Let's see. Yeah, the main thing I thought was funny was they increased their provision for credit losses by almost 55%. Look at that net cash provided by operating activities. From 54 to 3.5 billion. 54 million to 3.5 billion. And most of that was driven by securities cash inflows for securities loaned. Interesting. Let's see what they did with capital or financing activities. Okay, so they, like I said, they bought back 124 million of stock. What the hell? Oops. But anyway, yeah, that's the, I mean, like, yeah, obviously they're growing like freaking crazy. Okay. But I would not extrapolate this. This is a very cyclical business. Very cyclical business. It's clown market indicator 101. Let's go see if the stock has gone up at all. I wonder what new thing Vlad's going to, oh, bro, we're going to have tokenized ball hair futures. Okay. It's down 0.12%. So, I mean, good earnings, but like I said, it's very cyclical. All right. Let's do some comments now. Before we get into the comments, check out my CPA services. I am a certified public accountant. I can do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. I can also do consulting for you. I do sponsored videos. You send me $50 and I'll do a video about whatever you want. I've got a book, Stop Being a Broke Loser, and many other amazing things. Click that link. You can book a free tax consultation with me if you want to, because tax season's coming up and you don't want to screw it up, especially if you have a business and especially if you haven't been paying your quarterly taxes. So you can book an initial 30-minute consultation with me, certified public accountant. All right, let's do some comments. Like I said, I'm only doing member-only comments. So if you want me to answer your comments, you either super chat me or you become a member of my channel. $4.99 a month, exclusive content, and I respond to your comments. If you're not a member, I'm not reading your stupid comments. Why so Bluetooth for I'm hallucinating here. Ryu. Mock me and take my money. That's right, pay pig. You better pay up, boy. You better pay up, you dirty little scoundrel. Yeah, that's right, little bussy boy. You better freaking pay him, boy. Microsoft, huge green dild. Now, Microsoft, I mean, that's a company that isn't going to collapse in a clown market, at the end of a clown market. Robinhood will collapse as soon as this euphoria ends. Microsoft, I don't think will. Let's see. Okay, we got people commenting, but I can't answer because you're not a member. Oh, I'm so sorry. ARM is actually a quite cool company, but probably way overvalued. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really look into it that much. I just remember them talking about it, IPOing. Meta out. Yeah, Meta did extremely well. And their guide for next quarter is pretty impressive. They could grow revenues by up to 25%. All right. Told you Microsoft was not going anywhere. Copilot. I mean, I was never saying Microsoft was going to go bankrupt. Microsoft is definitely not a clown stock. Okay. Ryu. Let's see. Pay pigs. All right. Why so Bluetooth? Told you these tech ETFs are going up massively. That's the hedge along with AMD. I have a tech ETF. It's inside VT. Go look at the top holdings of VT. I'm sure the market will be up. I hope the market explodes till the end of this year. And I'm taking more profits on January 1st, 2026 to move my taxes to next year when I'm in a lower tax bracket. And oh, by the way, if you want tax planning, I can do that as well. See the pinned comment. Don't screw up your freaking taxes. It'll cost you a fortune. Oh, taxes don't matter in investing. Oh, yeah, they do. AI ETFs, bro. Keep my SCHD out of your mouth. Are you 100% SCHD? I mean, what most people say, shada, and then they'll buy a tech ETF. And it's like, why don't you just buy the S&P 500 if you want to have U.S. stocks? Like, I need some financial reassurance. Okay, the world will be a better place in 30 years. Keep buying VT. Is VT really up 1%? Hold on a minute. VT in the aftermarket. Let's see. VT's up 0.37%. Lame. Yeah, that's a VT vertical line for you, 0.37%. VT is too risky. Yes, all the world's stock is too risky. All right, skipping over non-member comments because I do what I want. If the brokies have the money to gamble, then do it. Then complain and moan about $4.99. Dude, people always freaking complain. You're never going to satisfy people. I've learned that. So I just don't even try to. I only buy Meta when it's up 10% and sell well when it's down 5%. I'll let you know how that works. Well, if you buy it in an ETF consistently, you're DCAing into it. VT is way too volatile. Well, what do you want? What are you investing in? Just treasuries? I mean, you're going to get volatility with anything except treasuries, short-term treasuries. All right, so this guy's reacting to one of my little troll clowns that likes to post on my channel. If you invest in VT, you're already invested in them. If you want to chase the easy money, then go for it. Oh no, all the geniuses are in tech and chips. I feel like I'm watching Meet Kevin's channel. I need strongman back. Well, here's the thing. Like going forward, I'm going to be doing market opens. Well, when I can, market opens and market closes. But that's not going to be the whole focus of my channel. I'm going to have other videos. And of course, you have member videos where I make fun of clowns. But morning live stream, afternoon live stream, and then whatever I want to talk about in the meantime. I just try to match inflation. I'm proud of you, boy. Oh, we got a super chat. Look at this. From a member. Stock analysis needs to be shorter. Don't care. You don't like stock analysis? I love stock analysis. It's amazing. And you can actually like look at trends over time. It's pretty good. And they update it pretty fast too. But these are the bussies complaining about Ford. Oh, dude, don't even. I laugh. When people complain about memberships, I laugh. I laugh. And then like these, oh, you haven't posted a video. And then I'll post a video. Oh, it wasn't long enough. Oh. Bunch of women. I have the right to complain. I will do so. I mean, you can complain all you want. Gil, welcome back, sir. I haven't seen you in a couple days. Brokies will still crying about Fortnite. These are the same people that paid Jeremy $10,000. The same people, pretty much. I still want to complain. Oh, if you're paying me $4.99 a month, you can complain all freaking day, and I will pull up your comments on the live. You can insult me, and I will pull up your comment. Strongman doesn't want to pay for laundry. Well, I actually need to do laundry. This shirt's pretty clean, though. I only wore it at night. But I'm probably going to do laundry tomorrow. I've been working out every day, and all my stinky clothes are in the bathroom. Meet Kevin has posted new house hack earnings. You don't have to expose them. You're scared to even take a look at them. Oh, really? I might actually do a non-member. I might do a non-member coverage of House Hack earnings, and then I'll do a member coverage of House Hack earnings. What do you guys think about that? Me, Kevin didn't break me. I'm shattered. I'm going to sit and cry in a corner. I'm going to start a business and profit off the image of, dude, I'm a very handsome man. You put me on your business card, you're going to get a lot of clients, bro. You're going to get a lot of clients. Poaching. Oh, yeah. Meta's, I saw they're paying astronomical sums of money to bring in these AI people. I picked the wrong career field. Here I am grifting on YouTube and doing people's taxes. I should have been an AI engineer. Meet Kevin is incredibly honest and he doesn't commit any of the 7 deadly sins, nor does he perpetuate gluttony. Well, I will say Kevin is not overweight. That is a fact. Now, when it comes to honesty, I would disagree. He practices temper. He doesn't drink anymore, guys. Okay. I'll trash Bitcoin for you, at least for a much better fee. Meat temperance. Funny. Meat stroker. I only recommend 5x leverage if you go. I've never leveraged once in my life. Never. There's no need to leverage. You are a clown if you're using leverage. You're a gambling clown. You do not need to leverage. Robinhood owes far more than it has in dollars. Robinhood is going to be perfectly fine as long as clowns keep trading crypto and options and stocks. Robinhood literally leverages their deposits in bonds and other things to get that sweet arbitrage. Yeah, I mean, if they're sitting on cash, they can park it in treasuries and pocket it. Vlad really looks out for the little guy. It's almost dystopian. They call it Robinhood, but it's reverse Robinhood. I would look closer into it, Josh. I don't know. Oh, we got a super chat here. $2 Canadian. I spent super chat on you yesterday and you got offline. I thought I pulled it up at the end. Go look at the end of the video. I think I got your super chat. But I was having internet issues because I'm in a freaking hotel. Oops. I jumped to the bottom. I think we saw a donated membership here. Oh, somebody gets a free membership. I don't know how that works, but thank you very much. That's more money in my pocket. Ooh, daddy. Yeah. Strawman literally doesn't care about you. If you're not a member, I don't know you. If you're not a member, I'm not responding to your comments unless I know you. Like I know this guy, so I'm going to respond to his comment. Just joining. What are your thoughts on Hood? Very outstanding growth, but it's a cyclical stock. So you buy it when you think the market's going to get more euphoric and more retail traders are going to be gambling. And if you think we're going to go into maybe a higher interest rate period, or you think retail is going to have a lot of issues investing, or they're going to start taking losses. So if you start seeing the market trending down, crypto go into a bear market, I would get out of freaking Robinhood instantly, because it's all about transactions. It's all about trading. And when crypto and stocks are going up, people are going to trade like crazy, and Robinhood's going to make money, and they're going to, profit massively off that. But the second retail starts to take losses, they're going to quit and take their money out. And that's when their Robinhood's revenues are going to plummet. So it's just a clown stock. That's all it is. It's a gambling stock. Money button on the side. Buy Hood and never sell. You're welcome. Robinhood is not going to be the next Charles Schwab. It's not going to be no. It's a gambling parlor. If VT goes down 5% by the end of the day, I can retire. You're short VT. I'm 90% Shada. Dang, dude. Wow. I unfortunately do not have a single share of Shada. I have VT and treasuries. 50,000 of treasuries to be exact. And I'm proud of that. That's going to sustain daddy for a long time. Okay. Take my money. Oh, we got a new member. I saw you signed up. Welcome, good sir, to the Grift crew. I have a few single stocks I've been holding. I'm going to have to end the stream soon, by the way, because I got another one coming up. I have a few single stocks I've been holding on for a couple of years, but don't mind going 100% SCHD. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know why you'd want to exclude all the tech stocks because they don't have 10 years of dividend growth. I mean, just own it all. If you have VU or VTI or VT, you have all the stocks. in those ETFs that are in Shada. They're just market cap weighted instead of like concentrated, more like Shada does. Doesn't Shada split them equally or something like that? Sell them and buy Shada. I'm surprised Gil didn't come here to brag about 300% returns on Open Door and Donut as he times everything so perfectly. Oh, we got more feuding in the comments here. Only use leverage after drawing vertical lines on a chart. You never use freaking leverage, people. Never. I have 100% publicly shared and verified. Gil, you need to start streaming, bro. You need to start showing us your portfolio. Smell the BS. Where is this Gil strongman can verify? I care about Open Door. Been too busy making money elsewhere. What isn't your game out, bro? I'll buy your game. I told you. Permabull got a free membership and then left. Well, hey, as long as I got his money, I don't care. Oh my God, dude. I'm up 199% on it. Do you think it's a sell for me? I mean, if you want to sell it, you can sell some of it. I mean, you don't have to sell it all, but if you want to sell 20, 30, 40% and take some profits, nothing wrong with that. How much money do you have in it? I mean, that's the real, if you have like $100,000 in it, I personally would sell most of it. But if it's just got clown money, maybe it doesn't matter. Interesting. Haven't thought of it as a cyclical stock, but I think you're right. It's all cycles. It's literally just when there's euphoria in trading, it's going to vertical line. When there's a bear market, that thing will collapse so fast. It's all about retail trader psychology. What do you think about American Eagles? Sydney Sweeney is a goddess. She is my queen. I would die for her. Hype stock. Let's see. You guys think it's cooler making 300% on Open Door or launching a viral game featured on IGN? What? Drop the link, dude. I want to see this game. I will buy it. Dan, I wake up, see how many thousands I made for the day. Clown. All right, Seth's got 20K. I mean, me personally, if I made 199%, I'd freaking sell it all. That's what I would do. But if you think it's going to keep going up, I don't want to be like, oh, sell it all, bro. And then it goes up another 100%. Then you're like, strongman screwed me over, bro. So, but personally, I would sell it all. But you can always take little profits too. What's the name of the game, Gil? I'll verify. Yeah, let's get the name, bro. All right, boys. I think that's the stream. We got another stream coming up. We're going to talk about Fed rates. I think they stayed the same. We're going to talk about Trump's tariffs of India. And then we're going to talk about something else that I forgot. But I got to pull up some research before I actually start the stream. So I got to cut this one out. Thank you for the super chat, Major Minor. Lovely fishing rod. I apologize if I missed your last super chat. But I'm having very annoying internet issues in this hotel. And then we got a new member. We got a new $4.99. That's it. You pay me $4.99 a month. I print tendies. You get reactions to comments. And you get exclusive content. All right, well, let's move on to the next stream. Give me about 10, 15 minutes and I'll start it. And then I'm going to have dinner. Have a wonderful, delicious night.